Our next adventure brings us to the Monongahela National Forest. We are now on Canyon Rim Road, which will hopefully be part 1 of 2 of our Canaan Valley series. Hopefully later today we're also going to hit the Canaan Loop, which I have been to before, but we're going to be returning to for the first time with the Defiant. Hopefully we have an epic time out here. I heard that the trail is in pretty rough condition, so we'll see what it has in store for us. Canyon Rim Road is located in the Canaan Valley area of West Virginia. It's about 8 miles long, running from US 48 to the town of Douglas. Normally it's a fairly easy trail that you can complete in 2-wheel drive, although we're going to discover later in the video that a major washout has created an area where lockers are basically mandatory in order to be able to complete the trail. If there's one thing that I like when I off-road, it's a wet trail. And thanks to recent rainfall, this trail did not disappoint. It was nice and soupy, and that was a-okay with us. The views here of the Canaan Valley were amazing, and unfortunately the GoPros just don't have the depth to properly capture it, which is really unfortunate. Maybe we're outgrowing GoPro, I don't know. But I will tell you this, if you are enjoying what you see so far, this would be a great time to hit the like and subscribe button. That is the best thing you can do to help this channel grow, and the best thing you can do to help us continue generating content, so hit that like and subscribe button. Well, we have hit a little bit of a snag on the trail. As you can see, there's a little bit of a washout. Old man on a dirt bike was nice enough to warn me about it, so it's not a surprise, but it's going to take a little bit of ingenuity to get around this. And we built us a little bridge. There's some other tire tracks here, so I'm not the first to try this. This is either going to be awesome, or I'll be sending out an SOS for somebody to come rescue me. This washout was about 3 feet deep, but we managed to find a spot that was between 2 and 2.5 feet. And after about 10 minutes of rock snagging, it was time for me to put my money where my mouth was. With the Defiant in 4 low, lockers engaged, and sway bar disconnected, this turned out to not really be that much work for it.
Well, I said it was either going to be awesome or a mistake, and it was awesome. So the first thing I had to do was build myself a little bridge, stack some rocks, got my Chicom Max Trax knockoffs, put them down. Down I came into the washout. Next thing I had to do was come through here. This is the actual washout. It's about 2.5 feet deep, and it was pretty freaking awesome. Next thing we had to climb out. It actually turned out to not be that big a deal. Everybody on the internet who says, oh man, Rubicon is overrated, you're just going to get rid of all that stuff anyway if you're going to build a serious off-road machine. I'm here to tell you, rock track, 4:1 gear ratio, axles locked, it came out of this thing like there was nothing to it. Last but not least, these definitely helped get me through it. The General Grabber X3 is an awesome tire. I'm on my second set on my second Jeep, and they are badass.
Well, at this point, we thought we were done with the washout. Turns out, we weren't. It was at this point that we met Chris and his sweet 4Runner TRD Pro. Chris decided to give the washout a try, and we decided to hang out and lend a hand if needed. Chris was running the trail in the opposite direction we were. Turns out that it was a little more challenging getting through this washout going the other way. I spotted for Chris and tried to send him over the same line that I took. This was a mistake. As the spotter, I should have taken into consideration the differences in ride height and tire size between our vehicles. This resulted in him getting hung up coming out of the washout due to a differing breakover angle. After several attempts at using my Max Trax knockoffs and stacking rocks didn't pan out, we decided the best course of action was to bring the Defiant back through, come out on a different line, and then attempt to pull him out. Before anybody thinks to try to turn this into a Jeep versus 4Runner debate, please understand that him getting stuck is completely on me as the spotter. I should have brought him out a different line, but I didn't. Lesson learned. Sorry, Chris. It didn't take much to free the 4Runner, just a little tug, and Chris was on his way again. It was nice meeting you, and I hope we cross paths again. Maybe next time I'll do a better job of spotting you. With the 4Runner freed up and ready to roll, it's time to take the Defiant through again so we can finish our trip down this trail. After running the Defiant through this washout, not once, not twice, but 3 times, I'm feeling pretty good about it at this point.
So we got sidetracked here. We had to do a little recovery work. We had to help a fellow off-roader. Got hung up in his 4Runner there. He just about had it. We tried putting down some max tracks. He was high-centered. Great guy, sweet 4Runner, beautiful vehicle. Definitely not anything that he did. He just got the line a little off, so ended up having to take the Defiant and going back through, coming out the other side, hooking up, snatching him out, and then running through the washout again. So Defiant scores 3 wins today on the washout. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. Turned into a project. A great time.
Due to the hour or so that we lost doing the recovery on the 4Runner, our plan of hitting both Canyon Rim and the Canaan Loop in one day is starting to look a bit ambitious. At this point, we have to make up some time.
That is all she wrote for Canyon Rim Road. Stick with us for part 2 where we hit the Canaan Loop. We are running short on daylight, so this might be Defiant off-road after dark. Canyon Rim Road was a great time. We got a little short on time because we had to do a little recovery in the washout, but it was a great trail. I highly recommend it. Hit it up, and while you're at it, hit the like and subscribe button. It does make it easier for me to make content. That is the best thing you can do to help my channel. In the description to the video, you'll see a link to my PayPal account. That is the gas and tire fund for the Defiant. 100% of what goes into that account helps me make future videos. It goes towards offsetting the expenses. Gas and tires, hence the name, the Gas and Tire Fund. But again, like and subscribe. It's the best thing you can do for me. And be sure to stay tuned for part 2 where we hit the Canaan Loop, Canaan Loop, Canaan, however the hell you say it. That's where we're headed next.